As first problem, you've got 60 divided by 30, so just looking at the numbers, those cancel to 2 and 1. And in terms of the m's, if I wrote this out, the rest of this, I'll do that for this one, be 3 m's on top, 5 m's on the bottom. You can cancel out 1, 2, 3. And you have 2 left on the bottom, so 2 over m squared. It's one way to look at it, or you can just subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. This one here, 9 divides into both 45 and 54. Divides into 45 5 times, 54 6 times. So we got that. Got 2 r's on top and 3 on the bottom, so it cancels out with almost all those on the bottom. We're just left with 5 on top and a 6 and the r on the bottom. This problem here, number 3, had to factor off a 10 from the top and the bottom in this particular case. So we have 5a plus 7. And then 10 times 5a plus 6. And so the 10's cancel out. Can't do anything else with this. It's just 5a plus 7 over 5a plus 6. You cannot cancel out the 5a's because they're adding 7 and adding 6 to it. If it was 5a times 7 and 5a times 6, then yeah, you could have canceled those out. But since there are terms and not factors, you can't do it. On number 4, this first thing here, well, it's 9 divided by 3, so that's just 3. That's all you have to do with that. You can't really cancel or reduce anything else, so it's really just the 3 times the 5 on top, which is 15, and all that's left on the bottom is 4n, and that's it. Don't have to do anything else. All right, number 5 down here. You can see the 7's cancel out right away, and the 8 and the 10 reduce to 4 and 5, both divisible by 2. So what's left here, we got a 4 on top, an n on the bottom, a 5 on the bottom. Multiply all those across, you get 4 over 5n. All right, number 6 was already factored for you, so you didn't have to do any real work on it besides just figuring out what is in common and canceling those out. So you can see there's x minus 3 on top and bottom and x plus 6 on the top and the bottom. So all you're left with is this x minus 4 over x minus 1. And that is your answer. You don't have to do anything past that. Okay, all right, on to the next page here. Again, 7 was a problem that was already factored for you. So you can see that you have a x plus 3 on top and the bottom. Those cancel. X minus 4 is also canceled. Nothing else cancels. You're just left with x minus 1 and 3. So that's it. X minus 1 over 3. That is your answer. 8 is the first one we come to where we have to do some factoring. It was pretty simple factoring. In this one right here, we just need to factor off a monomial, which is a 10. You can see there's a 10 that's divisible in both 10 and 30. And there's a m squared. We could factor off the m's there. So rewrite the rest of it. M minus 10, m plus 3. I guess technically we could have canceled these out, but we'll do it in the next step. M plus 3 on the bottom times, and if we factor off the 10 m squared from this, we're left with m plus 3 over m minus 10. So looking at what cancels, we've got the m minus 10's cancel, and now we have an m plus 3 that also cancels out. And the only thing I have left is 10m squared. And that is your answer. Problem number 9 here, had to remember that you need to flip and then multiply. Okay, you could have done some canceling first if you wanted, but I'll save that till the next step. So we'll rewrite this as 6 over n, or 9x squared rather, and now it's times 9 over 8. So you can see that these 9's are going to go bye-bye. There's no other x's, so that x squared is going to stay for sure down there, but I can reduce the 6 and the 8, both divisible by 2, so this would be 3, this would be 4. So I've got a 3 left on top, 4 left on the bottom. So multiply everything through, only the 3 on the top, only the 4 and the x squared left on the bottom. And that's it. Number 10, you can, right off the bat, I'm going to do some canceling because I see the 10r and the 10r, we can poof, make those go away. So I'm just going to take care of that, but then I'm going to remember that this is division, so I'm going to take the reciprocal of the second fraction and multiply, flip and multiply as I like to say. So this is 4, 5r minus 9, that one doesn't change, and we just have r plus 1 there, but now it's going to be times r plus 1 on top, 5r minus 9 on the bottom. So I just took these guys and flipped them basically. So what cancels here? R plus 1's, 5r minus 9. All we have left is 4. That's it. That is your answer. Just 4. And one more left here to take a look at. So this one, there is a little bit of factoring you can do, but I do have division going on, so I'm going to have to flip that second fraction there and multiply by it. I notice also on the bottom here I can factor a 9 off of the 9n plus 9. So this is 9 times n plus 1. You can't just cancel out, like after I do the flippy flip here, got 9n over 1. Some people, when you did that, you were tempted to just cancel out with that 9n down there, but you can't do that. You can cancel out the 9s now. 9 cancels with 9. N plus 1 cancels with n plus 1. All I'm left with is just n. That is your answer. So a lot of these simplified to pretty simple things.